Smile
You
because
gonna
it's
do the
gonna fucking set the
introduction?
picture. Yep. What's good, everybody? We got me and
What's up?
Quinten Flores here. We're doing the on market challenge today. We're 250K in 90 days. The goal of this challenge is we're going to be reaching out to realtors. We're going to be making offers on their current active listings and just trying to make a big bag in 290 days. We're trying to reach 250K. This is I want to say this is day 50 of the challenge at this point. We got Quinten Flores here. He's one of my
What
mentors.
up?
He's
What
in
up?
he's the king of the AW community, and just wanted to bring him on here, give you guys some value today, and let's get it. We're gonna do a quick introduction. Just introduce yourself really quick. We're gonna do the intro video, and then we're gonna really get into this shit.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Quinten Flores here. Super excited, man. Joe's a good friend of mine. Y'all probably know a little bit about me if you're watching me, so that's pretty awesome. But I love closing real estate deals. I have an office here in town. I do warehousing. I'm also in the production space and in the virtual staffing space. I own 2 buildings in the Philippines. And yeah, man, I've been building different types of businesses for a while now. And, sales is something I think that's detrimental to any business. You got to make sure that you have that. If you don't have that, then it's kind of like it's kind of like getting into business and then not knowing how to talk business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to
Literally.
showcase skill sets that I've been able to pick up over the last 10 years that I've been in business and doing stuff. And yeah, man, I'm just excited. Thank you, Joe, for having me. Let's hit that intro button.
Let's get it, baby. Hold on. I'm still learning the tech shit here, Q. We're getting.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy. That's right. But we paid it, that's facts, ayy. I did. They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy. We did. Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the school, baby, tell the facts. Don't be shy.
What's good? What's good? Q, so I got a question
Yeah,
for
bros.
you.
Yeah, let's get it.
What got you into wholesaling real estate?
Luck, really. Not luck. I put myself in the right place, and I'll say that with full confidence. I didn't know anything about wholesaling real estate when I got into the real estate business. I just got out of network marketing. So when I got out of network marketing, I was in the Amway organization. I had a huge downline, about 90 people that I put into the company
Damn.
there. But a friend of mine had approached me and he had asked me if I'd be willing to take a look at some real estate. And I never really done that before, And so he invited me to a seminar, and I got a chance to come to a seminar here in San Antonio, Texas, where they taught people how to buy and hold real estate. And I sat in the back of that class for a while until it dawned upon me that you didn't need money to flip houses. Almost everybody in that classroom was way older than me, man. I mean, I was like 23, 24 at the time, and I was just really eager to learn something different. I just got out of the weed business, and so for me, this was something that I felt was going to be the light at the end of the tunnel. And within a year and 8 months, I closed my first deal. I made $2,100, and after that, that's all she wrote. From there, I just kept on doing it.
Hell yeah, bro. At what
It's
point
wild,
did you
bro.
start
Really, like it's wild. I've done thousands of transactions at this point.
thousands? You said
Go ahead.
no.
Yeah,
So
done
at what
thousands of
point did?
transactions at this point.
No, that's yeah, that's fucking crazy, bro. That's crazy. So anybody listening, if you guys have any real estate questions, any type of questions, Q is your fucking guy. If you guys have any questions in the comments you want quickly answered, we're here for y'all. But Q is fucking valid. This motherfucker does this shit. And that's why I fucking love him, because there's a lot of gurus out here in this business that haven't closed thousands of transactions or even hundreds or even maybe 10. And they're out here fucking coaching. So if you guys are going to get a mentor that knows, like, that you want to know what the fuck they're doing, Quinten Flores is definitely that fucking guy. Aaron Bevins is definitely that guy. And I always tell everybody, Q, like, find who you vibe with. Some guys might not like you. Some guys are going to fucking love you. So whoever you guys vibe with, just make sure they actually do this fucking business. That is the most important part. Like, if they can't teach you what a deal looks like, or like what a sub 2 looks like, or sub 2 hybrid, or any of the creative shit, they haven't fucking done it yet. So don't be with them. That's the reality of it. But when did you start scaling, Q? At what point were you like, it's time to start like bringing people into this shit? It's time to like really turn this into a fucking business. Like, was it right after you closed that first deal, you like saw the proof of concept, or was it like you kept going by yourself and then you started adding people under you?
That's it. The first part is exactly how that started to happen. So after a while, I was doing this for such a long time. I realized that I was capped at my own time, you know, because you can only do so much by yourself. And I think there was a huge wave of people in 2017, 2018 that were catching on to this. And, you know, people started to make YouTube channels. I was one of them. I started to drop content on it about 2018, 2017 is when I founded my YouTube presence. And I just began making videos about getting into wholesaling real estate. And so next thing you know, the whole world started to watch, you know, and people started to jump into the game. But I knew that there was power in numbers because a lot of the content that I would throw out there, people would message me about my videos and they'd ask if I would help them out with the real estate deal. And so I just kept documenting my journey and I kept throwing out that good energy and that good information. And eventually I realized that people were like willing to fly to me to work with me. One, two, people were like, you know, they're really excited to just work with me, period. And once they're doing a whole bunch of deals, I was, man, there's power in numbers because I can do more when I have a team. And so about 2017, toward the end of the year, a little over $300,000 on one wholesale life. That $300,000 deal put me in that position where I got my first office. I hired my first staff. I bought everything that I needed for that office, from computers to desks to I drew out what I wanted the space to look like. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how it started, you know, and it was around 2018 and I had about 6 employees at the time. And I had a few business partners as well. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing, but we knew that we wanted to make something happen. And so with the team, we were able to do with Pablo. Pablo is also my business partner in Infinity Cash Offer. We did a little over $1.2 million in gross company revenue in 1 month with a team in 2018, 2019. And it was pretty intense. Like through that entire span of that year, I think dialers were becoming very popular, but people were just buying lists of people who wanted to sell houses, quote unquote, and then running through it with dialers. And so we got a chance to really experience this business on a very crazy scale. But the wholesaling real estate business, it's one piece of a giant puzzle because this is what the business is like the entire time. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot of you, and it's a lot of you understanding the economy and diversifying yourself so that you can put yourself in a place where opportunities consistently flowing through you and you're maximizing on a lot of things. And you got to ask yourself, you know, think about the California gold rush, right? Who made the most money? The people that were going and finding gold and working day in and day out, digging for gold? Or was it the people who sold shovels to the motherfuckers that were digging for gold? You see what I'm saying?
The dudes that sold the shovels, absolutely.
You got to figure out how to sell shovels in this business if you want to last, because the wholesale real estate game, as great as it is, that's one-time money. You know, if you're making money one time, that means you got to work to make it again. And the next thing you know, become a slave to the game. And so, you know, during this time frame, when I started buying, when I started getting my team together, I started building out my office and buying all those computers and XYZ, and I started building out the space. I started picking up properties for my rental portfolio because I knew the passive was going to be the thing that set me free. I currently sitting at a little over 46 houses, couple of multifamily units as well as what I own currently, and a commercial building where I warehouse all of my e-com business stuff out of that building. And so we do a lot of different things now. And it's just been a blessing, man. But I knew right from the get-go, passive was what I wanted. So wholesaling and then scaling and creating a B quadrant business where you have people, and people is essentially the currency of the business. Then you stabilize that, and then you move on to creating more passive streams of income that literally fund the entire thing and what it is doing currently, while offsetting costs and the overhead, so that you don't have to worry about bleeding every single month, living from deal to deal, which is where a lot of wholesale real estate businesses go. They don't focus on the passive, they focus on the volume. And that's why a lot of people who get into the game that try to open up an office, they fail.
Absolutely. And it's kind of funny because for so long I was just trying to go so big in terms of deals and like not even per deal, but just in volume. And now I'm learning, just being with guys like you and Aaron, like, dude, you gotta like, first of all, I'm only one person, right? Like I can only be so perfect and put up so many offers in a day and follow up with so many fucking people. But if I can multiply myself even by someone that's 50% as good as me, and I can find 2 people, now I've already multiplied myself. And then it's just the people, and it's like you just train them. And once you master a craft and you start scaling your business on that end, it's like it just life gets easier. Like you don't gotta fucking sit there and stress over like when's my next deal coming, like I need a contract today. Like no, it's fucking they will be flowing in every day because you have other people that could do what you could do. And I
And that's
think
the
that's
reality.
like
You don't need 100 people in 100 chairs to make $1 million. You need 10 people that you can depend on that can do 80% of what you're capable of doing. And that's how you're going to get to that income breakthrough that you've been wanting, whether it's that 7-figure level or even a 6-figure level, or moving up above that and going to 8. I realized right at the beginning that there was power in numbers. And if I had the right people in the right places, I could build a business that was sustainable, that was make consistent income passively, while also helping the people that worked for me feel rich. And then they're obligated to stay in the organization because they're so taken care of. You see what I'm saying? And so like, I think that for a lot of people, they don't operate on a sense of abundance, and that is why they aren't blessed.
it's a fact.
If my competitors paying their employee $18 an hour, I want to pay 19. That's how I always look at it. You know what I'm saying? And so when I look at the people that are involved with my organization, and for you guys that are wanting to scale, it's so important that you understand this, right? The person who wins in the scaling part of this business is the individual who is willing to do more for the people that work for the company. And that's something that not a lot of people fully understand. That's why employees leave businesses, is because you don't create an environment where people can grow. If the lifeline of your business is dependent on the type of quality of individuals that you have within the organization, then it's imperative that you figure out a way to pay them very well so that they're able to do an amazing job. And once you do this, it starts to compound. You start creating entrepreneurs inside of your entrepreneur business. These are individuals that are aligned with the outcome of the business, that want to continue to grow. And I'm telling you guys, I pride myself on not being a self-made man. Like I always wanted to be a self-made man. At the beginning, that's what I wanted so bad. And now I can't say that I got to where I am now without so many people that have poured into me, that have helped me over the years, whether it be Joe Bebo, my good friend here, who's been supporting me for the last 3 years, anybody else that has entered my life, whether it's a personal trainer, my blood doctor, my hormone therapist, my therapist that I'm seeing now, or even my ex, and the 10 years that we spent together, and all of the things that have compiled to this point to create this version of me, right? I am not a self-made man. And so by taking care of the people around me is how I've been able to build my wealth. And the more that you guys understand that the glory of one person is bound with what he's capable of doing for everyone else, that is when the breakthrough is going to happen for you, because you're not going to get there alone. I promise you. You can try, and there are very few that actually do, but it takes a castle, man. It takes people going and fighting for something that they truthfully believe in.
Absolutely. And they got to be behind the vision, and that's like the biggest fucking part. Like if you can make people happy and show them, like bring them, that you can bring them to the promised land and you can make them free in the ways they're trying to be, then like they're going to fucking rock with you no matter what. But that's kind of funny, Q, because that's been my biggest thing. Like I got in this business and I literally built a team of 5 people like the day I got in the business, and then had no idea what the fuck we were doing. And like some people weren't committed, some people were. It was just like a bunch of boys when we were fucking young and shit. And then I built it, and then after that, the team dwindled down, and then we had a core 4 for the last 3 years, and those were my business partners, and those are still my fucking brothers. Like I'm literally gonna be with them tomorrow, but we could not stay in business together because shit just didn't work. We were too close to boys, and we couldn't separate it. So now I'm fucking fully by myself, but I'm literally starting to hire acquisition people because I can't fucking do this shit by myself, and I'm seeing it. But I tried to do it by myself. And like that's why I'm very good at wholesaling. That's why I'm fucking amazing on the phones. But it's like now it's time to turn it into a business, and that's what we're doing.
It's honestly amazing to see that growth in you, man, because that's happened to me multiple times. I've had great partnerships, and I've had okay partnerships, and I've had bad partnerships. Partnership is a lot like a marriage, bro. It's a lot like a marriage. It requires a lot of work, and there's a lot of intimacy. There's a lot of personal things that have to happen in your own life, in your own personal growth, because two people change over time, no matter how long you guys have worked together. Like, alignment is a moment in time. When you're around people that are aligned with the outcome, most of the time it's only going to be for a specific set of years. And the longest I think I've ever seen that happen is about 5 to 10. But when you begin to grow, you begin to expand your vision. And vision is a very addicting thing, specifically for the human psyche. As you grow and as you expand, the mind wants more and it wants better. And it gravitates towards the things that you've always wanted for yourself, whether it be in faith, family, fitness, and finance. All of these 4 things you are consistently gravitating toward, and the outcome changes in time. And so the alignment happens for a minute. It's a moment in time. This is why companies hire new CEOs all the time. Bill Gates doesn't have the same business partners that he had 5 to 10 years ago. They're angel investors now because they're no longer aligned with where he wants to take the company. You know, next thing you know, he's doing vaccines. Next thing you know, he's building the next AI software. Next thing you know, he's launching a freaking rocket into space like Elon Musk. You see, Elon had a dream, right? At first it was PayPal, and boom, he sold that company for millions of dollars, took the money that he made in that, and decided to build SpaceX and Tesla. Tesla were just dreams. There were partners that were involved with that. Next thing you know, he evolved even further, decided, you know what? Mankind is not going to live and die on this planet. We're going to figure out a way to populate space. Use the money that he made from all 3 organizations and then built SpaceX, and now he is buying Twitter. You see what I'm saying? Like the outcome changes so fast, and people don't see this. You see, one of my first dreams, Joe, was I wanted to buy an apartment complex. That was one of my first dreams. I remember I was 24 years old. I went to a real estate seminar. The guy that was teaching me the seminar, he said that you're gonna become a multimillionaire within the next 5 years or less and retire in 5 years or less. And you're gonna do this by buying rental properties and buying multifamily properties. Bro, let me tell you something, man. That was my dream. I was like, I want to be that guy owning that 30 unit. And then I saw the passive income that a 30 unit apartment complex brings. It's not even that crazy. When I can create a B quad business, make the same amount of money within 20 minutes, I can do that. I just did that yesterday. I launched a new virtual staffing service and I got 40 people committed. Of those 40 people, that's going to generate me a little over $10,000 in passive income every single month. I did it in 20 minutes. You see, there's levels to this, right? And you're going to be exposed to new levels of knowledge that's going to change the trajectory of where you're trying to go in your life. And people don't understand that. People do not understand how growth is such an important part of business. And in partnerships, people, they grow apart. And that's just the reality of it. If you've been fortunate enough to be with the same person as long as you've been, and to be with the same business partner for as long as you've been, then you're literally part of the top 1%. Like, you are part of this freaking, they're like aliens of people that have stayed committed through a process and have decided to align and change and switch the trajectory of their life in a very fast standpoint, where individuals are in alignment still for a very extended period of time. But it doesn't always happen like that. So just be cautious of your own growth, be wary of your own growth, know the direction that you're trying to go, and honor the changes that happen. You know, that was my first goal, Joe. You know what my goal is now? My goal is I want to speak on stages in front of millions of people, and I want to impact as many people as humanly possible. I want to speak about my story. I want to speak about my failures. I want to go out there and show people how fucking great I am. And I want to showcase that, so I can show people that were in a same shitty fucking spot that I was in, that it gets better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, that's my goal right now. That's what's aligned with me. That's what I will seek out. Is no longer an apartment complex with rental properties and a bunch of stuff and retiring and making passive income and being financially independent by the time I'm 30. Bro, I am 33 years old. I've made well over 8 figures in the last fucking 5 to 6 years that I've been doing business. And if there's anything that I can tell you, is that money does not make me happy. It is a great thing to have, but my personal growth is what makes me happy. Being in the gym makes me happy. Talking to my therapist makes me happy. Having a relationship with my church makes me happy. Going and fucking impacting people, that makes me happy. And so money, it allows for me to do that more freely. So I have to play the game, but the game is what I play. The game don't play me. You see what I'm saying?
Facts. No, that's the biggest effects, bro. And that's one of my things too. Like, obviously, I'm chasing my fucking bag right now. I still have not made $1 million, but we're on our fucking way, and hopefully by the end of this year we will. But regardless, like, what, even while I'm going through this process and my journey I'm going through, like I get more utility. Obviously, it feels fucking good to close a big deal like that, like, or just to get that shit locked in or get that fucking like the assignment locked in, whatever. But at the end of the day, bro, when I get a new wholesaler to close their first deal, that shit feels fucking good. Or I get like a new person to literally just change their mindset on life, and like they've been struggling at a 9 to 5 and they get their first deal and now quit that fucking 9 to 5. That shit feels fucking good. Cause it's like, it's not, and for me, I don't care what I'm getting paid. It feels good because they did it, not because I'm getting paid on it. And there's people that I've helped close deals that I didn't get paid on, and I fucking felt like I got paid on that shit just by seeing what it could do to their lives. So I think that's like impact is huge. And I feel like everybody always says like your impact years are when you're older and all this shit, but fuck that, bro. I want to impact today, tomorrow, and every day, because that's why the fuck we're on this earth right now. Like, I'm not here just to help me and my family. I'm here that God put me on this earth to help a fucking shit ton of people. That's why we do this live, because you know I got shit I'm fucking learning and I'm going through every day and getting better every day, and people are literally watching it live in front of them, and I feel like that shit is so fucking powerful.
And that's a beautiful concept too, because I mean, let's be real, everybody that's watching, whether you're streaming this shit from YouTube, from Instagram, or from fucking Facebook, wherever you're watching this, right? And I think that this is imperative for everybody to understand. You don't have to be a millionaire to make an impact, bro. The amount of money that you have is not a representation for how you choose to live and give. And that's the reality of it. The amount of money that you have is not a representation of how you choose to live and give. That is the measure of wealth. The true measure of wealth is how many people you've been able to impact and grow through your content, videos that you've been throwing out, through anything that any of you guys are doing. It doesn't matter if you're at my level and you've made the amount of money that I've been able to make, or you're just watching this and you're just like, I'm starting where I'm starting and my story's being written. You have a story. So if somebody can read that book because you're showcasing it, you are going to find that you can change a lot of people's lives from the shit that you've gone through, the traumas that you've overcame, the things that you're doing, because there's lessons in the journey. And so, man, I started doing this shit when I was a kid, and like legit growing into an adult, now being fucking 33 years old and starting my journey 10 years ago, learning about all the things that I have learned and all the times that I've fucked up and all the mistakes that I've made. I started documenting my journey when I didn't even have any money, bro. I was living in a broke down apartment, and it was a 2-story townhouse. The guy who lived there had also moved in a whole bunch of Mexican illegals into the building. It was me and all of these people, and I'm living there. My son was barely closed a few deals, and I wasn't making enough money. I had a woman to take care of, and I had to figure out a way to make money to do that. And you know, during this time frame, I would go live on Facebook and I would still walk houses. I would walk houses and nobody fucking believed. I just kept showcasing that I didn't give a fuck, and I kept that content. I kept throwing out that good stuff. And there's people that disagreed with it. There's a lot of people that came on there and were hating. There's negativity when you start facing the journey. And a lot of times that negativity is also going to come at you. And that was one of the toughest parts of the journey, Joe. Like legit. That was one of the hardest parts of the journey, was showcasing my journey, and people that I love didn't support me, or they didn't support me the way that I wish that they would. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like I had to prove myself at the beginning, but you know, it ain't always going to be that way. I can't tell you how many people that I have impacted that call me today because I decided to throw my fucking journey out there and wear my goddamn heart on my sleeve, that say, Q, you're the reason that I went and lost 100 pounds. You're the reason that I went and got a fucking gym membership. You're the reason that I went and decided to get into real estate. Dude, I got my license because of you. Dude, I decided not to fucking kill myself because I saw a video that you threw out there. These are the type of messages that I get all the goddamn time. Just yesterday, I have a friend. His name's Daniel Haygood. You can message him. I met this fucking dude when he was barely 19 years old selling weed. His dad paid me money. I think I charged him $500 to sit down with his son and drink a coffee with his kid and walk him through the process of how to flip houses. I fucking went and I took him under my wing and I showed him how to analyze a property, showed him how to pull the pre-foreclosure list. He called me yesterday. Bro. And he said, Q, thank you so much for that time that I spent with you. I just want to let you know that I've literally just got done closing a $1.8 million deal, and I got a 20% profit margin deal. I now own profit, and the residents that I bought using strategies that you taught me when I was there with you. You know how that is, bro? Like, that's fucking insane. I was nobody when I taught him anything. I had no one that was really following me. There wasn't hundreds of thousands of followers or videos that I was fucking throwing out there. It was crazy, man, because as I was posting content, I still had a lot of people that were hating and doubting on me. But it's when you get calls like this that the entire trajectory of your life changes, man. Like in me hearing that from Daniel Haygood, bro, like that was honestly just, it warmed my heart, bro. It made me realize that I have impacted so many people. Even when I had no money, I was still showing people what they could do for themselves if they just put in the fucking work and they put their head down and they believed in themselves and they had a little bit more faith, you know? So I just really wanted, I know we were supposed to do calls, but I'm very passionate about personal development and I love sharing what I've been going through with people. Because right now, man, shit ain't easy, bro. Like legit. It's not easy. It never gets easy. The more money that you make, the harder it's going to be. The more that you climb up the ladder in life, the more the demons in hell try to fucking pull you down, bro. And that's just the reality of it, man. I got people on my IG right now that are fucking just going in here and talking shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, you guys don't make me, you don't break me. I'm still going to sleep at night. Ain't nothing that anybody can say on the internet that's going to fucking drive me to go do anything because my mindset's stronger than them. And unless any of these people can do what I've done or gone through the things that I've gone through, you really can't speak on my life, bro. If you can't
Nor
lift what
can they affect you.
Exactly.
That's the beauty.
If you can't lift what I lift, you can't speak on me when I go to the gym. If you ain't stronger than me, showing up as much as me, if you ain't learning as much as me, if you ain't in the gym as much as me, if you ain't in the library as much as me, if you ain't in a church as much as me, I will not take your opinion into consideration on anything that revolves around me or what I've been able to do for people. If you ain't never lost $13 million, you still can't fucking speak on me because that's something that I've been able to do. If you can't solve a $13 million problem, fuck out of my face, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people say that like these things are traumatic. Like, oh, he's speaking from trauma. Yeah. Trauma is what made the man that I'm proud to become. And unless you've gone through the shit that I've gone through, you have no fucking obligation to speak on my life or the things that I'm doing or the choices that I make. And that's the reality of it, man. So growth and alignment and all of the things that you have going on for yourself, it's detrimental to your success if you allow those negativities and those traumas to hold you back from becoming great. And once you grow, then you can build a team. Then you can have a fucking an office. Then you can have more people that want to work for you. I just opened up my office, bro, to the entire world yesterday, right? I had a whole bunch of people fly in to come and work in my office. Dude, if we go to my office right now, I'm in my studio. I have a whole bunch of fucking people that are in there right now that I've never met before in my entire life that I've impacted that are working my business right now. You know how crazy that is? And so, man, like, it don't matter if you made millions of dollars, lost a bunch of millions of dollars, gone through a divorce, if you've been sick, if you've had cancer and you healed from it, if you don't have God in your life, dude, document your fucking journey now because you have no idea who you're saving through the shit that you've gone through in your life.
That's the biggest effects. And that's one of the biggest things I learned from you, bro, because I did not do any live shit. I maybe posted my motivational shit in the morning that like it's thoughts that come to my head. But now I've been documenting this shit, bro, and I have people that I'm impacting without even fucking realizing it. And it's like, I ain't even where I want to be yet. But the fact that, and at the end of the day, one thing I'll say too on what you said before with the trauma shit, bro, like anyone out there that has a tough life or has a bunch of shit going on in their lives, I just want you guys to understand, like, you have two options to make when any bad thing happens. You can either make it the reason why you're a failure or make it the reason why you're a success. Straight up. Like, I've dealt with a lot of shit in my fucking life that me and Q have talked about many times. And like, at the end of the day, bro, there's two ways I could have handled this shit. I could fucking sit here and blame the world for why I went through it, or I can sit there and take it as straight up like I went through this shit and I went through it, meaning I am still living. I actually went through it. I conquered it. So now I am stronger for going through it. So now anything I have going forward is actually easier because I've already been through fucking hell. And I think that's one of the biggest things when people are like, oh, you have trauma or whatever. Like, dude, everybody got fucking trauma. I don't care if it's a girlfriend that broke up with you. I don't care if it's a family member that fucked you over. I don't care if it's something fucked up in your family that happened. Everyone has shit going on and everybody deals with shit on a daily basis. Like literally all the time. No matter how big you are, how big you get, health is always an issue because we are literally human. So you're always going to fucking die. And there's always be shit that comes up. So at the end of the day, you could sit there and blame everything around you, or you can make it as like, I'm still here. I'm still fucking breathing. So I can still literally do whatever the fuck I need to do to be successful because I've already been through that. So it's like, what's the picking up the phone is hard or uncomfortable? Guess what? I fucking had a lot of more uncomfortable shit happen before I picked up that phone for my whole fucking life. So it's like, all I have to do is literally just say hello. What are they going to say? Go fuck yourself? I've heard it before. What's somebody on social media going to say? Go fuck yourself, or you're fucking fat, or you're stupid, you're ugly, or this, or you're that. Guess what? The hate comes from fucking below. So anybody that's talking shit to you, Q, they're talking that shit because they're not fucking at your level. That's all it is. And it's like any motherfucker that's at your level or above your level, I would put fucking $1,000 in it right now that there's not one motherfucker that has more money than you that's in your comments fucking talking shit. There's not one. And if there is, I'll fucking send you $1,000 because there is not. It just doesn't fucking work that way. High vibration motherfuckers do a high vibration shit, and talking shit is not a high vibration. It's actually a super low vibration. And that's why you motherfuckers are not successful, because you're sitting here talking shit about Q when you could be fucking picking his brain about shit that he's done, because this motherfucker is actually a fucking millionaire and actually fucking successful, and then learn from it and go do it for your fucking self, even if you don't like the fucking guy. Like,
yep. It's crazy to think about it too, man. But you're absolutely right, bro. Like if it starts with gratitude for where you're at in your journey. You know, man, I was very prideful at the beginning of my business, and I was prideful because I didn't want people to wave me in front of an audience and say that they were the reason that I became successful. And I didn't know this, but at the time I didn't realize how selfish I was and how not open to help I was. And so there was this growth spurt that happened in me, Joe, and I'm just being honest with you, man, where I decided to allow mentors into my life, people that knew more than me that could help me, because I was so prideful at the beginning. And pride and ego is going to be one of the worst things that you're going to deal with as you climb the ladder of success, man. Like legit, because we can get on the phone right now, we start calling people. I know that was the premise of what we're doing, but right now this shit is getting deep, bro. But
I'm fine with it, bro. It's we got to keep this going right now because we're giving people value, Q.
Yeah, man. And you know what, bro? Like it doesn't get easier, you get stronger. It doesn't.
That's what it is.
You get stronger, and as you get stronger, you meet other people. Like, man, I'm telling you. Let me give you an example. So I'm working out in the gym, and I'm by myself. There's one guy that's there. He's training another dude, and this guy sees me there all the time. Like I'm there as much as he is, and he fucking works there. You know what I'm saying? like I'm there as if I work there. I'm in the gym literally like twice a day, 5 to 6 days a week. And I spend a lot of time in there, and I love working on myself. I'm a strength trainer. I'm a strength person. So for me, I like to lift heavy. It requires me to eat a lot so I can lift things that a lot of other people may not be able to lift. And it's a very fun thing, but when I see him, I'm probably grunting as loud as him, and we're both like motivating each other. And all we ever do is it's a small little thing that happens, when I pass by him and I ask him how his day's going, And so legit, I'm working out and he comes up to me and he's like, Q, like, I know your name is Q because I found you on social media. I see you here all the time. Right. And he's like, what have you ever thought about like getting trained? And I told him, I was like, bro, I've been getting trained for a long time. Like my previous trainer, I felt taught me everything that he knew. His name's Zach. Love you, dude, if you're watching this. And he taught me literally everything. At the time, I couldn't even squat the bar. Now I can damn near squat 600 plus pounds. And it's something that I've been growing into over the years as I've been open to the idea of people mentoring me, But this is the thing. The student has to appear first, and then the mentor shows himself. And so that was something that I didn't realize, because this guy came up to me because he sees that I'm operating at a high level just in the gym, and he immediately wanted to offer me training, and I told him everything about me. Next thing you know, I got him in here and we did a podcast together. His name's Top Gun Mad Fitness on IG. Follow this guy because he was almost 500 pounds and he lost a whole bunch of weight, went and did a bodybuilding competition and won. And this dude changed the trajectory of his life with one decision, and it happened to him the same way. And so we were talking about high vibrations in all areas, no matter what it is that you do on the podcast. And so he was saying that everything appeared to him as he began to become the best version of himself. And so guys, you got to be focused on your growth season, because if you're not in that growth season consistently, God's never going to flow the right people to you. And when God begins to flow people into your life, it comes in the form of money. It comes in the form of blessings. It comes in the form of people. It comes in the form of objects and possessions. It comes in the form of so many different things. We don't know what that looks like until we start working ourselves, become a beacon of light for those mentors to find us. You know, now I have a mentor for everything that I do, man. You really want to know what the cheat code is? Have a relationship with your fucking pastor. That's your mentor for your faith, right? Have a therapist or somebody who is aligned with your family that can help you guys love each other more effectively. A mentor for your family, right? So you have one for faith, you have one for family. You hire a trainer and a nutritionist or somebody who's both. And now you have a mentor for your fitness, and then hire a mentor for business. And when you hire a mentor for business, now you get your finances in place. That's the cheat code that nobody talks about. You need 4 mentors in your life: one for faith, one for family, one for fitness, and one for finances. If you got one mentor in every single area, you're going to literally shave off years of that clock on how fast you can get to where it is that you want to go, man. So just be real about where you're at, but work on yourself so that the mentor can show themselves to you, because you're not ready for it until you're ready for it. And people don't know that. If you're watching this and you're like, man, I need a change in my life, I need to change the trajectory, and you feel that I'm that fucking guy for you, then message me, bro. Message me. Some of you guys just sit here and you consume the shit that I say. You watch the videos, you watch the content, you visit me at these seminars that I'm speaking at, you show your face. But bro, I'm human. You can reach out to me and message me directly. Joe calls me almost every other fucking day. And this
I'm
guy,
living proof of this shit, bro.
literally,
My
bro,
bad.
I'm on live with him
I
now.
DM'd you. I DM'd you to get into AW. That's how I got into the fucking community. And now I'm on on the live that I'm running with fucking Q on it. Like, that's it. Like, you know, and it was literally just from fucking coming in the community. I DM Q, yo, I'm looking for a mentor. I fucking need somebody to help me. Like, I've been doing this shit for 3 years. I'm still fucking broke. Help. And fucking he's like, dude, I got you. And he fucking came in, and now I'm working one-on-one with fucking Aaron, and we're here. Like, that's all it is, bro. It's fucking, don't be afraid to ask, but just fucking, we were talking about this yesterday on the live. Like, don't think you don't have value to give either. Like, even if you're fucking broke and have no money and no experience and never closed a deal, never even picked up the fucking phone, as long as you're willing, you will fucking do it. That's all it is. Like, you just got to literally be willing to put in the fucking work. Just, you got time. Now you got fucking, you can help someone like me out with calls. You can help someone like Q out with calls. And now that's your fucking value. And now you can learn from us. Like, it's that simple. So don't be fucking afraid to reach out to people or think like, oh, they're so big, they're never going to fucking answer. Q answered me. Like, I've been following him for fucking 3 years. We've been cool for 3 years, but like, we're actually fucking brothers now. And that literally came from me just reaching out. And honestly, I had the fucking ego Q was talking about. I've been trying to, like, we had 4 guys, like, it was me and 3 other guys that worked together in wholesaling for the last 3 years. My biggest thing was I was gonna be self-made. I was gonna make $1 million without a fucking mentor. That was literally what I wanted to do. But I'm like, I'm fucking stupid for that at the end of the day. Like, straight up. I'm smart now because I did it and I made this jump, but it's like it only happened because I got to the point where I was just tired. I'm like, dude, I fucking can wholesale with my eyes closed. Why the fuck am I not rich yet? And it's because I didn't have the right people fucking around me. That's all it was.
Yep. The people around you have a lot to do with where you're gonna go, man. And also the thing, like, you see your diet, like, your diet ain't always the food that you consume. It's the energy that you inherit. It's the people that are around you. It's the mentors that you have, the information that you're consuming on a consistent basis. That's also part of your diet, bro. And so, man, like, you're absolutely right, Joe. You know, this didn't just happen by chance. Like, you made this happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the things that people talk about is like letting things flow, but they've never actually been in the ocean before. Bro, if I let the current flow me somewhere, I could get lost in the middle of the ocean. I know this because I own a boat and I've been able to go out on it pretty damn far, right? But you shift the sail of that boat, you can figure out where you want it to go. And you don't have to be so dependent on letting things flow or where the current takes you. People that don't understand that we're the captains of our own ship could never grasp the concept of making things a certain way. Once you change the way that you see the world, you can change the world that you see. And that's the reality of it, man. So don't think that, like, not what's meant to be sometimes takes a little bit of force, bro. And you got to make sure that you have that power in your hand and you take full responsibility and full control of the outcome of your life. Because once you do that, I promise you, man, you're able to drive your life in the direction that it wants to go. You become a driver, not just a passenger in your own life, which is where a lot of people want to be. They want to be passengers. They don't know what it's like to be a driver. Because once you're a driver, man, then you can tell that boat where you want it to go. And yeah, man, this has been a crazy session, Joe. I know we haven't made any calls or anything like that, brother. And I totally got to hop off here in a little while. So
No,
I
you're
think
good,
right
Q.
now, man, what we should do for anybody that's watching or listening, if you guys got value from this session and there's anything that you would like for Joe and I to answer on this live for you, whether it's problems you've been having in your business, situations that you have going on in your life, or any type of motivation or any type of strategy, you know, we can answer it on here. And Joe and I can open up both of the knowledge that we've been able to attain throughout the years with you so that you can make no mistakes in your business. You know, a dumb motherfucker going to learn from his own mistakes. All right. That's just the reality of it. But someone who is wise and smart as fucks learns from the mistakes of his mentor, learns from the mistakes of somebody who has literally eaten shit before them. And so if you're watching this and you're on the IG live, or you're watching this, you're on Facebook, wherever you're from, go ahead and drop a question in the comment section and we'll answer it here on this live. And we'll be as 100% as we possibly can to help you guys out where it is that y'all are at, you know? And there's no such thing as a dumb question whatsoever. I want everybody to understand that. I got where I'm at right now because I ask questions. I never stopped asking questions. I kept asking questions. And even when I thought that the question sounded fucking stupid, I asked it anyway. I asked it because I wanted to make sure that I knew what the fuck I was doing with my life. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to leave it up to chance. And so I asked questions. So make sure you guys are asking questions. We got one right here. Where do you get your VA from? I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the comment section real quick. Standardva.com, bro. That's where we're at. Eso, ¿qué onda, wey? How you doing? And I got people that are joining on the IG that have just been fucking kicking it, bro.
Let's get it. Someone said, how do you know you have the wrong mentor?
That right there is a personal problem. And that's an alignment issue as well. That right there, okay, so pure honesty in this. If you feel that you're not getting anywhere with a mentor, and the mentor isn't giving you his time, and you don't feel valuable or heard, those are prime examples of you not having the correct mentor. You see, like a mentor should be somebody that you have somewhat alignment with. When I found my mentor, I'll be honest with you, Miguel. This is just me being very straightforward. I didn't believe in him. I didn't even want to pay the money. My partner paid the money, and then we went and we visited him. But I didn't believe in him. And I'll be real with you. I think that's about, like, I know it sounds crazy, but it wasn't until I met him in person and he opened up his house, he opened up his business, and he opened up his heart into my life. And that was a little over 3 years ago. I can tell you the exact date. It was June 21st, 2020, the first time I ever flew out to El Paso to meet my mentor. And his name's Preston Brown. He changed my life. He changed everything. When I left on the third day, because we stayed there for 3 days, he helped me kill a demon that had been in me for so long. And it had been the main reason why I couldn't lose weight and the main reason why I was failing in my life in a lot of areas. And that was alcohol. And it's been over 3 years from that moment since I've had a single drop of alcohol enter my body. And he changed my life. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, the right mentor is going to move mountains in your business. If you don't feel that off the first meeting, if you aren't completely starstruck, like, holy crap, I'm so glad I'm a part of this. This is great. You're not the right mentor, man. Your mentor should help you in more areas than just what you do to make, because that's a very small part of business. Business, 80% psychology, 20% what you actually do with the knowledge that you have. And anybody who knows anything about making money the amount of money that you are capable of making is a direct correlation of your emotional intelligence. More emotional prowess you have, or and the shift that boat, the easier that it's going to be for you to get more money. And that's just fucking facts. And so, yeah, man, if you aren't wrong mentor.
No, that's a fact. Dude, I remember when I had the first call with Aaron, I was interviewing with like Brent Daniels guys, and whoever it was on the phone, it wasn't Brent Daniels, obviously. It was just like a sales guy. And it was just like salesy, the call I had. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. So that's when I hit you up, Q. And I was like, I'm looking for a mentor. And then you put me on to Aaron, and fucking my first call with him, I was like, this is my fucking mentor. Like, you could feel the fucking energy with me and Aaron. And I was just like, I feel like it was almost like a mutual, like we were fucking doing this kind of thing. And since then, it's fucking been amazing. And like, obviously there's times where like fucking shit happens or whatever with our mentors. But like at the end of the day, bro, you gotta do the work and listen to what they're saying, and they will lead you in the right fucking direction. But like, I think for me, what makes how do you know if you have the wrong mentor? It's like, the one thing I would say with a mentor is just make sure they've actually done it. That's the most important part. If your mentor hasn't actually done what you're trying to do, then they're not a mentor. So that's the only thing I would say is like, just make sure they're actually valid. If they're valid and you're going to them and they're not helping you, then like there's some shit usually you're probably doing wrong that you got to fucking fix. But typically, like if they've actually done the fucking business and are giving you the time, you will be successful.
Facts. Be like that, man. You just gotta like 100% be in alignment. Be in alignment. The more that you are in alignment with your mentor, the easier that it is. The VAs get paid a few dollars an hour, brother. It depends on each one, but each VA gets paid something different. What happened to your team? My team's still over there. Oh, this guy. Alrighty, brother. I gotta get going, my G.
I got you, Q. Yo, I appreciate you coming on here today. All right, I'll see you, Q.
Always,
love you,
brother.
bro. All right, everybody have a good one.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy. That's right. But we paid it, that's facts, ayy. They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy. We did. Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the scoop, baby, tell the facts. Don't be shy.